Were you, or were you not, on a gay cruise?
Now, you're 120% dick fit.
Everybody that age, they're sperminator.
Yeah.
We don't care about anything else. We're walking hard on looking for a hole.
That's. I have to say you're right on that one. Oh, my God.
A stiff breeze comes through the room, and you return the favor.
Gonorrhea. No. Somewhere on the outside of this building, there is a hole where squirrels come in.
Better than a hole where dicks come in.
Yeah, better than that.
Going down the stairs to wash the laundry. What the hell? Shh. Pizza. Stop! Stop it now! I order you to stop! I'm still touching myself.
Yeah!
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge they phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I think washing they pussy in the sink is my favorite part. The Vietnamese trade in dongs. Figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
I did decide to look it up. 500,000 dongs is a good night for Pop's ex.
Like most women, he's an emotional thinker.
Good God.
I mean, that's part of the problem we're having now in our society is we have a bunch of emotional thinkers that want the world to, to fall in line with their emotions. It's not. Look, reality doesn't give a shit about emotions.
It's my lived truth. Fuck your lived truth.
No, it's not. It's your perspective.
Kiss my ass.
Literally like, hey, Sergeant Pop, you got to turn your bear suit. I'm like, over my dead body. No. Just give me a statement of charges. Yeah. You're never getting this back. Yeah. You can suck it.
I'm going to wear this with my Russian coat.
you will bury me in this. Hey! Why you gotta fucking be like that, man?
Because I'm an asshole, and I learned from the best. I'm sitting across from him, and I'm pointing at you with all four fingers.
All right, first of all, the Russian jacket is World War II surplus.
I'll send you a picture of it, Sarge.
Yeah, okay. I
got you standing wearing it with holding two giant buckets like you just collected all the chum from behind the dump dumpster at the bar, and you're going to go home and make ice cream out of it.
What's up, savages? Tonight we've got an actual episode of Grunt Speak that is actually live from the lair. Now, if you looked at the title card, we called it the Color Revolution. And if you think this is a racial thing, you are wronger than two boys banging in church with the priest doing CPR on one guy's ass and maybe participating. I don't know. That's how they roll.
That's too specific.
It is what it is. Now, if you've watched, I don't know, Game of Thrones, which was a really popular TV show or on HBO that I loved, and you had the royalty and the banners and the bannermen, and So the concept of colors has always been there. And for you history buffs, this was really big during the 30 Years' War. And pretty much every civil war in England and France, when you had dukes and earls and princes and one king, another king, all had their banners and people flocked to them for whatever causes. This is an instinctual behavior we have, I guess, because we're all a bunch of evil hairless monkeys. And leave it to academia, or whatever you want to call it, to weaponize this against the useful idiots out there. Many of them have been walking around the halls of colleges and what have you for, I don't know, half a century, maybe more. I would say more, but it's getting to the point where it is ridiculous because they would cook up these color revolutions, some kind of cause. They'd have a banner. They'd set up a nonprofit. They'd apply to the government for a grant. And then there would be some people from the CIA or NSA in there to massage it to make it work. So they'd get their money. And they'd literally use our taxpayer dollars against us. And the division is real. And we're seeing it in real time here in the United States. And this is so effective. I think it works seven out of 10 times that it's been executed across the world. I think the last one we saw, was Muammar Gaddafi. I think he got whacked because of somebody's put together a banner. Let's topple this guy. Here's a bunch of money. Make it happen. Boom, he's gone. Now, was he a nice guy? Certainly not. But what replaced him is even worse. There you go. All right, Battle Dwarf, bring it in.
Oh, dear sweet baby Jesus. Oh, that's the wrong button. I like that button better.
All right.
Hang on 1 second. Oh, I just unshared the screen. Hey, it's going to be one of those days, okay?
Shoestring budget.
Shoestring budget, yeah.
Shoestring,
So the color revolution is like Pop described. This doesn't have anything to do with race at all. And it is based partially on exactly what Pop was talking about back in the day when all the various war clans had their banners and the colors that they used. And that's what the color revolution uses. They'll use a color or a symbol that is readily visible for everybody to rally to. And if you watch a lot of the big events, the big rallies, the big riots, you'll see exactly that. And you'll see patterns of colors as well. Like you'll see, we described it on the Rent-A-Crowd episode, the reds, greens, and blues. Tim Pool noticed it. Or the reds, greens, and yellows, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Where the greens were the people in the crowd, and the reds were the instigators, and the yellows were the controllers. And they'll use those exact same techniques. That's all part and parcel of it. Now, this whole system came about back, it started really in the 70s with an academic by the name of Gene Sharp.
Show his ass.
He wrote the book on the color revolutions in 1993. What we consider a color revolution today didn't even come about until 1993. All of the pieces parts were there, but nobody had written it down yet.
So up until 1993, he was just verbal about this whole thing?
No, everybody who did revolutions was using these techniques, but there was no plan, there was no strategy, there was no strategic level planning, there was no tactical level planning, there was no command and control. He wrote all of this down.
Yeah.
He went through all of it and sorted it out. He didn't come up with this idea. He created the manual. And the manual is called From Dictatorship to Democracy.
The SOP.
He created the SOP. He absolutely created the SOP.
And a lot of this started in 1979 because they're riding the wave of all the hippie free love people.
It goes back a little further than that. It goes back to the mid 60s, really. But the 79 one, I think that you're thinking of is the Tehran riots. And that was Islam using these techniques to take over control of Iran. And part of the Iranian Revolution featured a glorious example of useful idiots when all of the young girls, this should sound familiar, all of the young girls in college all voted for the Shah to be taken out and to have Ayatollah Khomeini installed. And then right after that, he shot them all.
And they started wearing burqas, getting stoned to death.
Yep.
We had the Sharia law craziness. They couldn't drive. They had to walk around covered head to toe with little slits so they could see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was so much better.
They don't
Afghanistan too. Yeah.
They don't vote rationally. They don't vote rationally.
Stop. Wait. Women not being rational?
Especially college girls.
Yeah. All they want to do is sample tube steak and, fall into the single E and double
get
E.
Get a degree in cuckology.
Yeah. Belief, feel, and safe.
Some of them do go into biology, though. There are a number of them that get advanced degrees in STDs.
Yes. They're called sorostitutes.
And they end up doing lifelong studies on these things. So
yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so this whole thing, this color revolution thing, where did this come from? It comes from this little guy named Gene Sharp. Now, here's the thing.
Now look at that hobgoblin motherfucker right there.
This is the bad guy. In his little tiny office in Boston, and he died in 2018. But that office apparently is still there and is run by an Afghani or Pakistani female. I can't remember which. She took over for him. And this little hobgoblin ran the whole color revolution thing out of this office. His book has been translated into like 93 different languages. It's all over the frickin' world. And the guy is absolutely fucking incorrigible. Let's see. Where did it go? I want this thing here. Let's take a quick look at this guy. Boop, 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 boo. Here's the color revolution. And of course, yay. Here he goes again.
I love these, man. This is Intel analyst stuff right here.
We used to call this the Death Star. The real ones are way more complicated than this.
And listen,
they'll make you sick if you try to look at the whole thing at once.
I've actually been in briefings where they went through these bubble by bubble, and this connects here. And after a while, it's a snore fest.
It's like, so overwhelming. Yeah. Well, we know what's going on, but we know that the people we're briefing are like,
just
they'll rotate the bubble.
Mission intent. Who needs to get smoked? Where do we need to move people? And our logistics. Shut up. Right. Give me a time hack. Begin.
Yeah, we know you guys are knuckle draggers. We account for that. Yeah. So anyway, Gene Sharp here is an academic, and he actually was a draft dodger who ducked out of the Korean War and for his efforts caught, I think, 9 months in prison. Then after he gets out, he starts talking to this guy, Dr. Schelling, when he's hanging around in Norway in the 50s and 60s. He really liked Norway. He liked to go down there. Dr. Thomas Schelling actually made the Cold War what it was. He worked on the Marshall Plan, and he was an advisor to Truman. Schelling was a hardcore Marxist. He has ties to the whole Herbert Marcuse map that we went through some time ago. Now, Dr. Schelling worked for a program at Harvard, strangely run by, for some reason, at Harvard in 1965, run by these guys.
Okay, now, this is not the first time Ivy League schools have been mentioned on my show in regards to nefarious bullshit going on. We're talking back in the day, and like not so much today because they're letting idiots in now, but back in the day, to get into an Ivy League school, you had to like blow the Pope or something. You had to have connections. You had to come from families with influence.
Backer in the day, you actually had to know stuff. I've discussed this before.
Yes, I know.
I have the 1924 standards for entry to Harvard.
But here's the thing. If you can turn those people,
Mhm.
because they're going to come out of Harvard, they're going to go right to the top 3 tiers.
Correct. Yes.
So, I mean, they're not going to work their way up and take 10 years to get to the top. They're going to be put there because mommy, daddy, friend, I know somebody, and they're going to start wreaking havoc immediately.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah, rabbit hole.
So, anyway, Dr. Schelling recruits Gene Sharp for the Harvard CIA, where Gene Sharp gleefully goes to work. They call it the Center for International Affairs. Isn't that a clever name for it? These are the people who are on that list. You may know some of these names. You should know some of these names, and you may not know some of these names. Dean Rusk, you should know, big CIA guy. He was president of the Rockefeller Foundation and as the Secretary of State under Kennedy and Johnson. Henry Kissinger, obviously. Edward Mason, previously chief economist for the Office of Strategic Services. That guy right there, this is a Herbert Marcuse guy. Right here. This is OSS.
Overlap here, too.
Yes, there's a lot of overlap here. Alex Inglis, OSS member. Oh, gosh. Head of the Central Intelligence Agency funded Munich Institute. Oh, which was a Marxist institute. Raymond Vernon, an economist who helped set up the IMF. Oh, really? The father of globalization is Zbigniew Brzezinski, national security advisor to Carter and mentor to Madeleine Albright. I have dealt with Albright. I don't like her. She's dead now. I still don't like her. What?
There's one missing.
What's missing?
Bolshevik.
Brzezinski was a Bolshevik.
Drink.
Yeah, that's fair. This one is interesting. Samuel Huntington is the guy who advocated for the carpet bombing and defoliation of Vietnam to undermine the Viet Cong's base of support. He formulated the Clash of Civilizations thesis and later was a member of Carter's National Security Council. This guy's bad news.
So he's the brainchild behind Agent Orange?
Yes. He is the brainchild behind Agent Orange. Now, I forget which one of these guys it was. Oh, yeah, this guy here. McGeorge Mac Bundy. During World War II, he had been a key State Department advocate of using the atomic bomb in Japan, a move both General Eisenhower and General MacArthur opposed as unnecessary and even genocidal. Bundy would serve as national security advisor to both Kennedy and Johnson, where he would press for a secret policy of sustained reprisal, aka carpet bombing, in North Vietnam. It would be exposed by the Pentagon Papers. From 66 to 79, Bundy would direct the Ford Foundation, which was one of those NGOs we talked about.
Now, in regards to carpet bombing North Vietnam, we should have kept that up because we would have won. They would have quit if we would have kept it up.
It's a long story that goes all the way back to 1948 in the Potsdam Conference.
Okay.
Once we got into the war, I agree with you. We should have prosecuted the war and finished it. But as it turns out, we didn't need to be there for completely different reasons that have nothing to do with Vietnam itself.
It's another show?
Totally another show. This one I could actually recite the history right now off the top of my head, but I'm not going to. Spoiler alert, cliffhanger.
Nice.
McGeorge Bundy, of course, was a member of the Skull and Bones.
There's so many people at the bigwigs who are members of the Skull and Bones.
Yes.
And what college is that from again? Is that Columbia?
I don't know. I don't know enough of the Skull and Bones. I think it might be Columbia. I think it goes across all of the Ivy Leagues, actually.
It might be. It does. Yeah. It's an Ivy League thing.
Yeah, I think it's an Ivy League thing. I honestly do not know that much about Skull and Bones. Why is all of this here relevant? Well, this is CIA at Harvard, literally CIA at Harvard. And Gene Sharp is part of all of this. So he sees all of this, and while he's dealing with the whole Korean War thing, by the way, he wrote a letter to Albert Einstein, who answered him. So Gene Sharp became a devotee of Einstein, who was also a peacenik. Gene
Einstein
Sharp, right. Gene Sharp, working at Harvard CIA, becomes a non-militant activist pacifist, which is a weird, fucked up thing.
Well,
I
it's kind of
don't
like,
know how else to put it.
it's a political MGTOW.
It is sort of like a political MGTOW, yeah. But he founds the Einstein Institution, where he starts writing all of his books. And it is in 1993. Let's drop that he writes in Burma. He's in Burma during the revolution there. And there we go.
Oh yeah.
He writes.
Do that thing you did earlier to make that bigger so we can actually.
Okay, I'll remove that. Yeah, and we will do this. I will share this screen here. Share a screen, share a window, grab that guy there. Okay, and remove that one.
There we go.
Add this one to the stage. In 1993.
Now you can read it.
Now I can read it. He's in Burma. He gets invited to Burma, and he shows up there by sampan, by one of those little fucking boats that they had, like in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Literally shows up on one of these boats, and he meets an American colonel there. That guy is Colonel Robert Helvey, who swears up and down that he's not a communist, but has all the hallmarks of a communist, and is for some reason agitating revolutions in Burma, but claims that he has nothing to do with the CIA or the State Department. But there he is in Burma, an American military officer advocating a revolution in Burma.
So on your list there, it says 1990 Nepal.
Just that's Nepal. Nepal's nowhere near Burma.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's close.
Nepal's near Tibet in India. You geographically challenged fuck.
Oh, I've never been to Asia, so you got to excuse me.
Have you ever looked at a globe?
Yes.
Can you point to India on a globe?
Of course.
Are you aware of the cardinal direction north?
You know I am.
Okay. And you're aware of the cardinal direction west?
Correct.
Nepal is slightly northwest of India, which means it's closer to Tibet up in the mountains, whereas Burma is in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
Near Vietnam. At any rate, our little friend, Gene Sharp, the little hobgoblin that I showed you, shows up in Burma, and the Burmese are like, we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. Well, Gene's been studying all of these revolutions all of this time. That's what he was doing at Harvard CIA, is studying all these revolutions. And he sits down and he starts writing. And right there, he writes a book called Dictatorship to Democracy. Now, I have the links to all of this stuff. I'm going to give you guys all of these links for his books, the movie about him and everything. I highly recommend you watch the movie. It's creepy as fuck, because this little guy writes the manual for color revolutions in a jungle in Burma in the middle of a revolution. And then has to flee the country because the Burmese intelligence are like, who the fuck is this guy? Somebody kill him.
If I recall, in that book, there's no exit strategy other than you tip over the government and everyone's free. We're
going to get to that. Remember I said he was a pacifist?
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. Good times. So then color revolutions start happening when he writes his book in 1993. The Minister of Defense in Lithuania says, I would rather have this book than atomic weapons.
Wow.
Now, when a hardcore Bolshevik says, I would rather have this book than atomic weapons, maybe you want this book. And I have it here for you tonight. So in our first fun column here, obviously, we have the revolutions going through 2023 in Georgia. And then in the other columns, you'll note that we have USA.
And what do all the X's mean?
Hang on. USA, Russia, China, EU, UK, in the Middle East. There was another column just for NGOs. But for some reason, that got cut off here. I don't know why.
Yuka?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
EU, UK, UK. So all of these X's in these columns next to these countries, you want to take a wild guess what those mean?
They started here in the United States.
No, they didn't start it here in the United States. These are the countries that funded these color revolutions.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not
So
going
we
to count
did
all of the
everything.
revolutions
Holy
because you
shit.
can, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, of all of these color revolutions here, there are only 17 that the United States did not start.
And hang on. And I'm going to bet you $10 million. USAID had a big hand in funding all of this shit.
Yes, that's how they moved the money. And the
Yes.
rest of it was done by State Department. You can see there are cooperative moments. You've got USA, Russia, and the Middle East all participating in the Serbia one there. You've got Iran, which is the USA and Saudi Arabia cooperating. Libya, which is the USA and the UK cooperating. We knew that one. Everybody wanted to fuck Syria up for some reason. The color revolution in Syria was USA, Russia, China, the UK, and Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure what Syria did to piss people off so badly, but they did. So these revolutions are happening. They're not organic. They're not an organic event.
Hold up right there.
Holding up.
They're not organic.
Mm-mm.
And we're seeing the same thing happening here in these non-organic demonstrations that are popping up around ice facilities and other, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening right here, right now.
Yeah. Thanks
This
to
is
this
being
little
used
fucker.
against us. And I bet you, I know the EU, the UN, all of the members are funding it. And we were funding it ourselves because we didn't know what was going on.
It was coming out of your pocket.
Yes.
All this little goblin here. So for perspective, I'm going to show you what an actual demonstration looks like. This is it. This is an actual demonstration.
Mhm.
This is the Starbucks demonstrations. Nobody's backing them. Nobody's funding them because nobody really cares, because
It's fucking
worst
coffee.
thing that happens is you don't get your coffee.
It's just coffee.
Okay.
You don't get your cup of unicorn.
They don't care.
And nobody cares.
Unicorn. That's
I'm not paying $8
But-
for a cup of mocha. I mean, you can suck my balls. I'm not doing it. Balls.
Yeah.
No.
So real quick, I'm gonna balls no. I'm gonna go through what a color revolution is. There are basically 12 items that define this whole process. The first is identify a political grievance. We've all seen that. The second is build a united opposition front. Well, that requires funding. That requires some form of organization. They seem to have that down to a science. Establish external support networks. Hello, USAID. Hello, Soros Foundation. Hello, Rockefeller Foundation. Hello, Tides
BlackRock.
Foundation. BlackRock doesn't do any of the funding itself. BlackRock builds money to funnel to those organizations to use for this. BlackRock builds the money.
Indirectly, they're funding it. But listen, it's still going up their ass. I mean, come on.
You're splitting hairs.
It is what it is. No, I'm
You're
not.
splitting hairs.
Money is money.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
All right.
Create a unifying symbol or color. We went over that. Mobilize mass protests. We went over that. It's much easier in this day and age with social media to organize mass protests.
Flash mob.
And you get a lot of these people that live on welfare and they don't have anything better to do. So they're sitting there watching Telegram, watching Signal, waiting for somebody to say flash mob. I may or may not be monitoring several channels just like that. So I may not have seen stuff like that directly.
Also,
recently.
side note.
In the last couple of days. What?
Side note, off topic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is rumor control.
Mm-hmm.
But the 82nd Airborne had their leave canceled for the holidays. The regiment, same thing. 101st same thing.
Oh,
Ammo supply points are being cracked open. Stuff.
nope. There, you're going right there because they don't break out the ammo.
Nope.
If there isn't going to be a party.
No, hang on. The
Mhm.
chessboard is moving, and stuff is getting put into place, so it's available.
If that's happening, you can count on at least Fifth Group and Los D Boys already being active there, as well as Seal and all the other clowns.
So
They're already in country.
The chessboard is in place, so keep your eye on the media. Now, again, this is just rumor control. I could be completely wrong.
No, you're not. I've already seen indicators.
Yeah, that's what we do. We look in the media. We're looking at stuff like, oh shit! All right, let's look over here. Oh my god!
There is a Ranger Sergeant Major on X on Twitter, who is usually pretty vocal, and he's a funny guy. And recently he dropped off, and the only information we have as to why he dropped off was a cryptic "he's busy."
Mm-hmm.
So everything we need to know.
All right. Back on topic. I'm just putting that out there so everyone knows.
Back on topic. Yeah, Venezuela's about to get frisky.
Uh-huh.
So, mobilized mass protests. We got that. This one here, control the narrative. Gosh, that sounds like our modern media.
Big tech.
Yeah.
You just saw this. We lost the stream, 2 weeks ago because we showed an AI generated pistol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They don't like what I have to say. And all I'm doing is telling the truth. Isn't that scary?
Control the narrative.
That's right.
Exploit a triggering event. George Floyd, the elections, you name it.
January 6th.
That was the elections, yeah. What was the most recent one? What were they demonstrated? No kings.
Yeah.
Yep. Apply sustained nonviolent pressure. Now, this is the big one. This is the key to a color revolution. Because they're nonviolent, because they don't use weapons, they never let up. They keep going and going and going and going on their point until they get another point, and then they'll switch to that one. They'll pivot to that one. Mm-hmm. Like with the elections, it was Biden, and then Biden fell out and Harris popped up, and then it was Harris, literally seamlessly in the same day. They went from Biden to Harris.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a really good example. You'll be able to find other examples, but the transition was seamless. That's control of the narrative, and that's choosing a focal point.
And the book that we're talking about, I believe, is mandatory reading in the PSYOP at MOS school.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yepity, yep. Provoke regime overreaction. Note the ICE demonstrations. They get in ICE's face. They really try to push them. ICE has managed to hold off remarkably. Okay. There are people with ICE there that if they really wanted to cause damage to those crowds, it wouldn't take anything.
No.
They're holding off on purpose because somebody on that end also knows that you're staring at a color revolution. Split the security forces. They try to do this all the time. They engage in multiple cities so that it's harder for the feds to track that activity. There's only so many responses. If you were to, say, pick a major city, and this is a hypothetical scenario, we're not actually going to do these things. We do not advocate for this kind of behavior, but it is an example. I've had firefighters tell me this. If more than 5 severe fire incidents were to occur at once, it would collapse the fire department.
Yep.
They do not have the assets to respond to more than a handful of incidents.
Yeah.
It's not there. The ability isn't there. A major incident. I don't mean like a toaster fire.
No.
Or a deep fryer.
Well, that happened in California. Yeah. They pretty much light fires, in my opinion.
They've been caught lighting fires.
Yeah, every year. They like to do it when the wind picks up.
Fires.
And there you go.
This one doesn't come to as a shock to anybody here. Number 11 is demand governmental concessions or resignations. We see that all the time. They're all over the news constantly. Trump has to resign. Hegseth has to resign. Bondi has to resign. Blah. They just go on and on and on about you have to resign. And then when one of them gets cornered, like this Colonel, what the hell is his name? I don't even care. But he's the one who made the statements, and he's retired so he can be called back under UCMJ.
Oh, they're going to hammer him in the ass.
Yeah.
It's happening, and I want to see it.
When they get called out, they lose their mind and claim victim.
Well, that's SOP for the left. They always claim victim. They run their mouth, They do stupid shit, they embezzle money, they do crimes, you spank their pee-pee, then they're like, I'm the victim, this is revenge. You're the president, you get what you get now.
Here's the, exactly. The 12th and final point. A provisional authority, new elections, or an opposition-backed figure is put in place to consolidate the outcome. Now, in the case of that, first of all, we have this little problem with these creatures called Bolsheviks. I did that to you on purpose. And this is what happens with Bolsheviks, okay? This is a color revolution going on right here. It's part of a color revolution. It's going on in Washington, D.C.
I'm a patriot. I love my country.
I love my country too. We have Utah patriots in Utah. We're going to follow them and execute them after this for Nuremberg 2.0 because they're such fucking MAGA.
Wait.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Did you hear her?
I would have punched her right in the face as soon as she said that. I gotta hide my ass. I just can't control myself. That's why I don't go to shit like this.
We're gonna follow them and execute them after this.
We're gonna follow them and execute them after this.
Yep.
This is what comes afterward. Here's why this is what comes afterward. Because this little fellow right here, he wrote this great plan, and there's 100. The goblin. The sharp goblin. He wrote this book, Dictatorship to Democracy, and it has 198 points of things you need to focus on to start a revolution. Okay, there's 198 points. But like any academic pacifist, what he did was say, I see dictatorship. I don't like that. You're bad because you control things. So I'm going to write a plan to take it all down, and we'll have democracy. Yay!
No, you won't. You have chaos,
that's it.
Warlords, civil war, death en masse, starvation, disease, thirst, homelessness, crushing poverty.
So,
and the list goes on and on.
Today, I assigned myself a task, and I read the first 7 chapters of this guy's book. Okay. He has no plan beyond, and then we have democracy. What he has inadvertently done, this pacifist little fucking academic goblin, is write the perfect manual for the Bolsheviks. Why? What's perfect about it? What is communism at its purest root?
I'm not sure. Hang on a minute.
They believe they are a solution looking for a problem. And Sharp has created their problem for them because you topple the government and then what? You have chaos. You're not getting democracy out of that. He doesn't have any plan for that.
I think we lost our Rumble stream.
Did we?
I'm checking it right now. Let's see.
Did we lose our Rumble stream? Hang on. I have, if I could get that up, I could tell you. Got the browser up. It's not loading, of course. Because why would it load, you piece of shit? Anyway.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it froze up on Rumble.
Uh-oh.
This is fucked up.
I don't know how to kickstart it.
I don't know either. All right, well, let's keep going. We can only do what we can do.
Hang on. Yeah, Sam just texted me. Rumble either crashed or froze.
Yep.
See it. Well, crap. That's a bag of ass.
Yeah, this is annoying when that happens.
This appears to be a Rumble problem. It doesn't look like we have any problems anywhere else. Rumble is now showing green check mark.
Okay, so let's see if it continued on. All right. Keep going.
So,
keep going.
Okay, we're going to keep going here. So the goblin here, Sharp the Goblin, failed to write an exit plan. And we saw this in Iraq most recently. When we were there, we had no exit plan.
Well, first of all, when we attacked Iraq and it went to shit, they realized, holy crap, we don't have any civil affairs. And then there was this huge whiplash to, stand up a whole bunch of civil affairs battalions. That's how I got in. I got to work because I did civil affairs for the last 13 years of my career, just because of that.
That's funny.
Because civil affairs is where Green Berets go to die.
No, we didn't have any Green Berets. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Our commander, the 1-star General Klein, was a Green Beret. He was 11th group.
We had 2 or 3 of them, and they had like bad backs and bad ankles. And
that was a new phenomenon prior to the GWAT. Civil affairs had an entirely different job. I know I was the operations NCOIC for 8th Army.
Yeah.
For their civil affairs thing. Most of what we did was attend negotiations, translate, help the staff, the general staff, talk to the rocks and work things through. And we also took care of non-combatant evacuation operations and a bunch of other stuff like that. It was a lengthy list. We did area studies, shitloads and shitloads of area studies.
But here's the thing, though, this is a recent example. You saw Iraq fall after we came in. There was no exit. There was no plan, and it was pandemonium.
Yes,
starvation. People died of thirst. The hospital shut down. It was a clusterfuck. That is going to happen here.
Yes,
if they're successful.
Yes,
but the only difference is we have 80 million people who are patriots, who are armed to the teeth, and it's not.
Well, a lot of people are getting tired of this shit too.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people are getting I'm seeing more and more stuff on Twitter. Yeah. There's a lot of YouTube shorts now that a guy will start out doing like a carpentry project or a masonry project. And hey, you just could do woodworking, and eventually we're just going to have to overthrow this whole fucking government. You know that, right? Like right in the middle of the cut, you're like, wait, I was watching you do this cool project. Whoa. No, I was literally, this guy was facing a wall with stone, and I'm like, I want to do that because I have an old house. And it would look cool to have field stone on the side of the house. And I'm watching it, and he cuts into that, and I'm like, well, I wanted to see about the stones. It's going into government takeovers. I'm like, oh, okay. Speaking of government takeovers, there's this guy named Norm Eisen. Now, where did I put my notes on Mr. Eisen here? Because I have notes on Mr. Eisen. He's named in the USCR. He's a change agent. He is a strong advocate of Sharp's work. That's like his big thing. He's a legal hatchet man and a central operative in the color revolution against President Trump. Recent follow-up to this initial report. This is from a Revolver. I know I don't have it up on the screen because I'm getting to something here. George Soros-linked group called the Transition Integrity Project, which convened war games exercises suggesting the likelihood of a contested election scenario and of ensuing chaos should President Trump refuse to leave office. And that it was 2020. This guy is their fucking hatchet man for the American Bolshevik Party. There is no longer There is no longer a Democrat Party. Get that. Just get it out of your head, okay? We don't have a Democrat Party anymore.
Yeah, they're commies.
Yeah, they're straight up communists now. Now, the guy on the end of the purple tie, this is Norm Eisen.
A work of this kind, and we were inspired by other work that's out there, including Gene Sharp's from dictatorship to democracy, a work of this kind, and we were inspired by.
He's talking about his own book. He's got a book called The Playbook, and these people have weaponized Gene Sharp's work even further. They'll use his color revolution techniques, which work, and then they transition you to socialism or communism. And
No. Socialism
goes sideways from
wait
there.
in the lobby. You wait in the lobby at socialism. To
Well,
get
right. They'll put you in the waiting lobby. They'll put you in the waiting lobby for communism.
Yep.
Okay. That's deliberately what they're doing. What Gene Sharp has done is give a strategic plan for revolution. He hasn't put 1 million people in the streets of Cairo or Belgrade. What he's done is help them to make their movements more effective. His work tends to go to the leaders of the movement, the intellectuals. They distill it for themselves, which is where this Eisencat comes in. And they create the strategic plan based on that work and the region that they're operating out of, and then they feed it to their population. So most people involved in a revolution don't even know that Gene Sharp has anything to do with it, which is why we've never heard of his name really before, or that his writings were used. When the New York Times does a big article saying how influential Gene was in the Egyptian revolution, suddenly everybody throws up their arms and goes, who the hell is that guy? It's completely normal. There's no reason they should have heard of him. He was the first to identify nonviolent action. Now, this is the key. Revolution has been around forever. The colors have been around forever. He was the first one to identify nonviolent action as a distinct political phenomenon and isolate it in a way that could be studied on its own and codified for others to use more efficiently. His books and his list of 198 methods of nonviolent action have been circulated by democracy groups in many of the world's most repressive states. His basic theory is that power comes from the people and from the institutions such as the police, army, media, business, and religious groups that support a government. When the people and the institutions of a country remove their support without using violence, the dictatorship will fall. Now, I've talked about this before to a different degree. We learned slightly different language with it. We described it as isolating the king in his castle. Wall him in. Let him wander the halls yelling at the walls.
Checkmate him.
Yeah, you take away all of his support mechanisms. That's what this is. We just learned it in a different language way back in 1998. I don't think Sharp's book had circulated to the schools by then. But the techniques, the methods, and the concepts were all there. The strategies were all there. We just didn't have it codified in his one book.
Well, I think it might have actually, to be honest with you. I'm thinking back because I was in college at that time.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking like 93.
Well, the college students already had this for sure, but you know how slow the Army schools move.
Okay, I'll give you that.
The book itself, I mean specifically the book itself. All of the rest of it is been known for some time. None of the rest of that for Color Revolutions is a mystery.
Because when I was at Oakland University,
codified it.
There was a whole bunch of students there were like, yeah, this is unfair. They're like, they're basically want to be communists, but they weren't using the word communist.
Yes. And what they were doing was testing the waters to see if it felt right, if it felt nice.
Again,
because you're a college student.
Making decisions on feelings, because that always works out well.
Mm.
Yeah.
That works out really well.
That never happens when you do that. No. Shut up.
Yeah. So that Eisen guy is part of the Billionaires Club, of course. And let's do. Oh, that doesn't work. Stop that. You're doing the wrong thing. Hang on. I'm pushing all the wrong monkeys.
You got too many fat fingers?
There you go. I'm just doing stupid. I'm just doing stupid. The Color Revolution comes home. How bureaucrats and billionaires moved against Trump. Now, like I said, Sharp wrote an instruction manual from dictator to democracy, from dictatorship to democracy. Anybody can use this instruction manual, and they are using it. The Color Revolution, how bureaucrats and billionaires moved against Trump. The term Color Revolution refers to a strategy used abroad to depose governments used abroad. You notice how they put that in there under the banner of democracy and anti-corruption. Now, there's an important distinction. They say under the banner of democracy and anti-corruption. They don't specify that that's the actual goal. They're just using that as an excuse, kind of. It has a familiar rhythm. mobilized NGOs, pliant media, bureaucratic resistance, and international coordination dressed in moral language. Data analyst Jenica Pounds, known on X as Data Republican, has now exposed evidence suggesting this playbook was imported home. We know it was. We know it was Data Republican. You and I have actually had one exchange over this. Okay. She finally answered one of my things, and then a couple of her tweets later quoted one of my tweets.
All right.
And I don't care that she didn't give me attribution. I don't care. She's processing the ideas. We are now sharing at least 2 or 3 ideas.
Look,
which is good. That's
beyond the pride and arrogance thing.
I don't care about that. I just want my fucking country back. You know what I want? I want to be left alone. More than anything in the world, I just want to be left alone to raise my fucking chickens.
Yeah.
That's all I want. That's my goal. Okay. Anyway, Data Republican has now exposed evidence suggesting that this playbook was imported home. According to recordings she surfaced, a network of State Department and USAID insiders, aided by foreign partners and billionaire-funded NGOs, we went over all of those NGOs in the Purchase a Crowd, Rent a Crowd episode last week, I believe that was, began coordinating before Trump's January 2025 inauguration. Their aim was to protect themselves from the incoming administration of a parallel architecture of governance capable of outlasting any elected populist. Do you see what that says there? Preserve a parallel architecture of governance capable of outlasting. What that is the fatal deep state. And that is the unelected bureaucracies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they need to go. They need
it is
to be fuck them. They need to go. You know what? Yeah. Somebody out there should put together a database of all of these unelected bureaucrats.
Yep. Major
just for future reference.
Need to be removed. I glitched. I'm getting a new computer next week, guys. So hopefully this glitch bullshit will come to
we're going on a
painful death. I may take this computer to the range afterward.
Convert it to Linux.
Have it executed for insubordination. I might do that too. Major breaking: international actors involved in deep state in State Department-led color revolution. This is not speculation. This is straight from a recorded call. Ex-USA employees describe how before January 20th they moved internal groups off of government systems and onto encrypted signals, chats, then quickly linked with foreign partners and NGOs after the inauguration. This is now Data Republican talking. Data Republican, if you ever happen to see this, by the way, you do great work. Point blank. From another professional analyst, you do great work. This attempt at creating a color revolution isn't new news. This part was already reported in Notice earlier this year. But what's not reported is the international aspect. I guarantee you that's always been there. And I can show you actually the pathways for that. One participant explicitly frames it as a global anti-authoritarian movement, connecting U.S. officials with colleagues from around the world who have dealt with this directly. Now, here's the thing when she says that, well, that's what the Bolsheviks are saying. They are the authoritarians. They're the ones who want the authoritarian government. That is specifically what's going on there. Okay, the color revolution has now moved past the populace. I think the elites have figured out that the populace is not going to give them their revolution.
Well, here's the thing. America is the last country standing. If they can take down America, it's going to be the guys at the top and a bunch of serfs and slaves that, for whatever reason, they like that arrangement. They don't like the middle class. They don't like people thinking for themselves and having their own power. That's why they want to disarm everyone. They want to take away your First Amendment. You can't talk about it, so they censor the shit out of you.
Yep.
That's exactly
H.G. Wells, H.G. Wells, the time machine. I'm telling you, H.G. Wells, he was trying to tell us something. The culture of the Eloi and the Morlocks is exactly what we're seeing today.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what we're seeing today. In, I think it was Sweden the other day, a young woman was raped, and she called her attacker the hard R. And she was jailed for calling her rapist the hard R.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's what you get when you feminize enough men, because Sweden, Denmark, all of those countries, those men are members of the cult of the cunt.
Yeah.
And, that's what happens. That's why they want to get rid of masculinity too, because if you have a bunch of masculine men standing around going, wait a minute, the math isn't mathing. This is bullshit. Let's get on our feet and change it.
Yeah. The whole thing with Gene Sharp's culture revolutions is he himself never considers a transition phase. All this does is take a power down and leave a vacuum behind. It's ideal for Marxists and Bolsheviks because of this void.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's see. There's a couple of really good articles I'm not going to show you right now, but I will make available the links for. Jimmy should have posted all of those links already. There's one from the New York Times that is in an archive link. You should read that. There is, well, I'll show them to you anyway. We just won't read them all right now. There we go. Okay, this one is the Progressive Magazine, Nonviolence, Power, and Possibility, The Life of Gene Sharp. Now, this is a blatantly Marxist magazine. They fawn all over this guy for all the reasons that I just said. This is absolute fodder for these people because of the that's left at the end of his process. And there's our favorite goblin. That's where I got the picture from. Granted a rare interview with Gene Sharp, who's been studying political power, violence, and dictatorships for more than 65 years. And there's I think she's Afghani. Jamila Rakib is the executive director of the Albert Einstein Institute in Boston, where Sharp has his little office.
Boston.
Boston. They're going to park the car. The other one is this one here. Shy U.S. intellectual created the playbook used in a revolution halfway around the world from Tahrir Square in Cairo. This guy's responsible for, he was at Tiananmen Square. If you look at some of the pictures of Tiananmen Square, there is a Kentucky Fried Chicken in one of those pictures. The little fucking goblin is in that Kentucky Fried Chicken watching these events go down. He actually went to a bunch of these damn revolutions. Egypt's April 6th youth movement, the one in Libya, all of those. It goes on and on and on. We just don't have the time to read all of these articles. They're all available.
Here's the one thing.
If this interests you, you should read this stuff. It's fascinating.
We're probably going to do 2 shows on this. This is the first half. But as if events change, we'll try to get to it down the road.
Yeah. The reason that I'm kind of blowing through some of this is I have a feeling that we'll be doing a very different show the week. Yeah. The following.
Now, let me give the spiel, okay?
Yeah, why don't you give the spiel?
All right. As you guys know, we've been demonetized beyond all rhyme and reason. If you were watching the show 2 weeks ago when YouTube shut it down for bullshit reasons, for whatever reason, we've been pigeonholed, shadow banned. We've got strikes on videos trying to keep people from committing suicide. We got a strike for covering the basically in 2020 the debate between Biden and Trump. They don't like this channel because I tell the truth.
Yeah,
I'm telling men how to avoid bad situations. I'm doing everything in my power to keep the gun out of your mouth using comedy, logic, and reason. I don't believe there's another comic on the planet that is putting together material like mine. I mean, I cover all kinds of psychological craziness, PTSD, depression, find your purpose, find hope, dealing with hopelessness, loneliness. I've got almost 2,000 videos over the past 19 years. I've been doing this for a long time. But we're working on less than a shoestring budget, and I'm trying to keep this thing rolling. All right? We have expenses, like we're going to get Battledorf a new computer here. I have to pay for the internet. I have 2 lines here in the lair. Equipment, goes obsolete or it breaks or quits working. There's always upkeep to keep everything rolling, including StreamYard, which is a $500 a year expense. This is not cheap.
Yeah.
All right. Like, I do this to save lives. That is my final joy in this life. I went to war. I came back and I lost all my joy for everything. Everything. and it was a horrible place to be. That on top of getting divorced, PTSD, recovering from a stroke and a TBI. It was crushing. And if I can recover from that, so can you.
Yeah.
That's why I do what I do. All right, let's roll.
Okay, where were we? Anyway, all of these articles that I'm pulling up here. There's that one there. This guy's a fascinating character, but here's the thing about this guy. I watched his videos and I've been reading his book. I spent most of the day. I read 7 chapters of his book today. And he is the Oppenheimer of revolutions. And here's what I mean by that. Oppenheimer, sure, he invented nuclear fucking weapons, but he didn't intend to harm anybody. The guy didn't actually want to harm anybody. He said, oh, this is really cool. Look what I invented. And the defense industry took it and went, cool, we're going to use this to deep fry Japan. I hope you don't mind.
First of all, that needed to happen.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
It's a whole other video.
That's a whole other argument. Anyway, Gene Sharp was benevolent. The guy's a pacifist academic, and they really believe their own shit. They live in utopia. They live in their little window where they think everybody is just like them. They don't understand that this stuff can be weaponized. And then after he founded that foundation, and after he wrote that book in 1993, suddenly he couldn't get any funding. Would you like to speculate as to why?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me hear it.
They didn't need him anymore.
Oh.
He wrote a manual for them.
Yeah, they took his tools and they...
CIA, Harvard no longer needed him and he was cast aside. And he can't get funding to save his life. His organization, well, he's dead now. Mm-hmm. But he couldn't get any funding all of a sudden. He worked at the Harvard CIA and he was all set. And he was fine and he had money and he's doing research and he was going in and doing stuff. Wrote that book, came back. Money was turned off like a fucking spigot because now they had what they wanted.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what they do.
That's what happens to useful idiots.
Yes.
The minute you're not needed, you literally become the ground on the road. They literally pave right over you. You are nothing to them.
Yes.
And if you think I am loyal and I execute all the orders and I make sure all of this happens, I am going to get a reward. No, you are not. Yeah. At best,
I do a really good job.
At best, you're going to get a 19-cent reward, which is the price of a 9mm round today, if you buy the cheap Blazer stuff.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, went off on a tirade.
That's okay. No, you were right. So one of the other links that I am making available, these links are all out there. I'm just bringing them all together for you, making your life a little easier. I keep hitting that button there. This is his actual book. All of the chapters are there. This is chapter 1, for example. There's a playlist for this. It's all in political audiobooks. Gene Sharp, From Dictatorship to Democracy. And the whole thing is there. And if you do the whole long drive to work thing, this would be an interesting read. I went through the first 7 chapters of this. Clearly, there are a shit ton more. But this was put up about 7 years ago. Conceptual Framework for Liberation is a book-length essay on the generic problem of how to destroy a dictatorship and prevent the rise of a new one. Now, here's the problem. It was written by Gene Sharp in 1993. You can see there, a professor of political science at University of Massachusetts. He was at Harvard. Book's been published in many countries worldwide and translated into more than 30 different languages. No, it's like 97 different languages. This book is very interesting. Now, here's the thing that dawned on me when I discovered this. We can use this against them. And there's nothing anybody could do about it because it's all legal, because there's no killy parts or stabby parts or blowy uppy parts. at all. So I'm going to be studying this fairly extensively. I'm going to be spending some time on this one because
And listen,
good for the goose, good for the gander.
All we're doing here is blowing the whistle and revealing the tactics of our enemy. That's all we're doing. You're not going to hear this in the mainstream media. Nobody's talking about it.
No.
We're the only ones covering this kind of stuff, in my opinion. I'm on YouTube all the time, and I haven't come across it. Especially the big creators would not dare touch this stuff.
I don't think they would. I haven't seen a lot of it. It's mentioned here and there in passing. The left talks about it gleefully. We just saw Norm Eisen talking about it. But if this stuff can be used against them, that's right up our alley. That's right up our alley. Now, here is one of my thoughts on usage, Pop. We don't do a lot of shows anymore on the topic that got us started, which is basically the family courts. Well, the family court is a microcosm dictatorship. And I'm thinking that if we could find a way to use this
to take them out,
why not? I will be doing some research.
What you know? What I mean,
I will be doing some research.
I have an outline put together called administrative violence.
I am aware of that. Yeah. We talked about that earlier. We've got some other stuff going on in the background. Brandon, I know you're out there. I hope you're listening. I won't go into the specifics because you haven't got anywhere with that stuff yet. We'll wait until after so you can come on and tell us about it. But there are big parts moving there. If we could weaponize this against the family courts,
they're done
to start with. That would be absolutely just out the fuck standing. Now, the other thing is this little guy here, and here's our little goblin friend again. This is his movie. Well, this is the trailer for it. How to Start a Revolution. And you know what? Fuck it. This is only 4 minutes. Let's give this a watch. I want you guys to see this here. I'm going to expander rate that.
Hopefully there's no music in this. So. Nope. Look at that.
Okay, that little goblin started all this shit.
There are thousands upon thousands of people streaming down through the main boulevard, all heading in the same direction. It's quite something. They're waving green flags. People are hanging out of cars, giving the Viva Victory.
There's your color revolution.
I was not sure people would turn up given the warning, and I'm wrong.
Yep.
My name is Gene Sharp, and this is the work I do. Primarily, I try to understand the nature and potential of nonviolent forms of struggle to undermine dictatorships. The extreme repression comes when a dictatorship really is frightened, and therefore they act ruthlessly.
This is the guy who's not CIA or State Department, he promises.
I think Vietnam influenced my view about the importance.
He looks like every State Department walk I ever knew.
Ideas out to the rest of the world, because we must have an alternative to killing people.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know quite how it spread, but it certainly did into 30-some languages in different parts of the world. On
This is
all
2011.
continents except Antarctica.
It's in people's homes and in people's hard drives.
That's the
and
Afghani.
it's being disseminated at a level where that cannot stop and it cannot be stopped.
Now, I'm going to back this up for just a second here. Watch the side of the APC. Okay, they're clearly yelling in an Arabic language.
Uh-huh.
And on the side of the vehicle, it
Written
says,
English.
"Too many people killed. Please go," in English. One of his points is no matter where your revolution is, have signs in English. 2 reasons. One, it's one of the most used languages in the world and most likely to be grabbed and translated. 2, the Americans will funnel money into your fucking cause if they're not already running it
Mm-hmm.
via the State Department and USAID.
I like the M60 tank in the background.
Yeah. Hi there. Yeah. This looks like, yeah, this is Egypt.
The Orange Revolution, the Green Revolution, the Yellow Revolution. These all came about a lot because of Gene Sharp's works.
Uh-huh. He literally
I was
worked for
not
the CIA.
a member of the CIA, never have been, never
Shut
will
up.
be. And if you don't believe me, go fuck yourself.
All right,
we
I
also
will.
were accused in a book for having trained paramilitaries that were being sent to assassinate President Chavez.
You did write a book. It's called From Dictatorship to Democracy.
Yep.
And they exploit that book, which tells you how to do nonviolent revolutions. And
But
they
here's
use it
the
to
thing.
train paramilitaries.
If
Yeah.
they have an SOP on how to do it, you can build an SOP on how to block it.
Yes. Or you can weaponize it in the literal sense.
I've never even held
Against
a
them.
gun.
Uh-huh.
To be counted as a threat to a tyrant is a matter of pride, I would say. It means we're effective. It means we're relevant. It means out of this very small office, we produce work that threatens regimes. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
She is grade A academic female.
Yep.
Look at me make a difference. My emotions,
But the
my
thing is,
feelings.
these protests you're seeing in these little clips, we're seeing almost the exact same thing here in the United States.
No, we're seeing the exact same thing here.
Yeah.
It's not almost.
Well,
This is
you know,
what we're
minus
seeing. We are,
fireworks.
I think a lot of those color revolutions were rehearsals for this.
Yeah. Well, now we have fireworks. They're shooting lasers in people's eyes. They're doing all kinds of
Yep.
stupid shit. Now, I'm going to be honest. When I saw some of those protests back a few years back, and they were trying to shine lasers in people's eyes,
Yeah.
I believe that warrants deadly force. Life,
Oh, no,
limb, and
absolutely. We were on Steady Force. Yep. Put
life,
one in them.
limb, and eyesight. I'd put guys up on the. I put snipers on the roof, and I see somebody shining lasers in people's eyes. You're done.
Yep.
Because you can blind people doing that. That is unacceptable. Like if you
Yep.
want to throw eggs or you want to scream and yell, okay, I got it. But when you're blinding people or trying to blind people, that's the red line, and that should not be allowed.
The last unit I was in had skiff and mission capable units in it. We had gone out, and then Jimmy showed up, and we were coming back from a job, and we had all of our gear and everything, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden there's freaking 2 lasers bouncing off of us from one of the buildings. Well, we did that thing that we're trained to do, and we went after the building, and everybody like flooded the building. There was like 15 of us. We flooded the building. A bunch of guys scaled the front of the building to the 4th floor where it was coming from, and it was this supply sergeant's kids were fucking around and thought it was funny to shine lasers. And you can hear the supply sergeant in there going off on the kids. And there's like guys on his balcony and guys at his door. And
Yeah, you get tore up
like,
for that.
yeah. Oh, we fucking lit him up like a fucking Christmas tree. We're like, you can't. That's no. That's no.
Yeah.
That's no. But that was just in Garrison. That was at our apartments. We had a compound, a walled compound with 5 apartment blocks in it that we lived in. But yeah, that was just like, Jesus. No, don't do that. This is another one. This is nonsite.org. Change agent Gene Sharp's neoliberal nonviolence. There's a couple of articles in here. These are all worth reading. Here's the one in the Revolver magazine on Norm Eisen. This is the legal hatchet man and central operative in the color revolution against Trump. Those of you out there may note his last name and his affiliation with a certain type of headgear. You wouldn't be wrong. This guy is...
He's a Bolshevik?
He's a Bolshevik. He is.
Bolsheviks. Drink.
Now, I know the subject is it's coming across a little dry, but
yeah, I understand that.
You're seeing it take place in real time. It's happening right now, and you can see it on TV.
That's why I chose to do this show. That's why I thought this was important. You need to know that this isn't organic. You need to know that this isn't popping up at random. You need to know that you're not crazy. It does all look the same because there's a fucking playbook.
Mm-hmm. And one of the main
there's literally a playbook for this.
One of the main ways you could shut this down is if you get equal amount of patriots out there counter protesting these idiots.
Yes. Yes. And his book is here. It's online. It's available. You can read it. If you've got Kindle, you can download it there. It is mysteriously very hard to find in print in the United States. I think that is deliberate. I'm betting that if you went into a university and went to one of their used bookstores, you could find copies. I'm about to test that theory. I'm going to go over to Lansing and hit the used bookstore there to see what I can find. Because I have a feeling that I'm going to find that book.
Yep.
So in our report on Never Trump, State Department official George Kent Revolver News first drew attention to the ominous similarities between the strategies and tactics of the United States government employs in so-called color revolutions. Oh, they're admitting to it. And the coordinated efforts of government bureaucrats, NGOs, and the media to oust President Trump. Our recent follow-up to this initial report focused specifically on a shadowy George Soros-linked group called the Transition Integrity Project. That mysteriously is stop screen. I hate that. It's really irritating. I want to show you my map, and I can't show you my map. You make me mad. I don't like you, StreamYard, even though we have to stick with you, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway, Transition Integrity Project, I've got the whole thing mapped out on there. It's on the map, which convene war games exercises suggesting the likelihood of a contested election scenario and of ensuing chaos should President Trump refuse to leave office. That's the portion that I read earlier. Now, this article goes on for quite some time. The Democracy Playbook, Preventing and Reversing Democratic Backsliding by Norm Eisen, Andrew Kennelly, and Susan Cork, rather. And he based that, like you saw in the video clip that we watched, he based that off of Gene Sharp's work, From Dictatorship to Democracy. Mm-hmm. These are the billionaires that are now weaponizing Gene Sharp's work. Gene Sharp just wanted to topple dictatorships and have a democracy, even though he didn't have an exit plan. And now these guys with all of this money who have the funding and resources to do this, what?
It's good to have goals, I guess.
Good to have goals. Good to have goals. Here is the thing. There are several factions at play here. There is the color revolution activity at the university level. There's the color revolution activity at the millionaires level that we're seeing right here. The Chinese have their own revolutionary program that's going on. The Muslims, I think, are I've identified them as opportunists. They see us weak. They're just going to take as much of our shit as they can get.
Yep.
They are exploitative. They're not necessarily trying to overthrow our government. They're just taking shit because they can. Now, the Chinese and the Color Revolution kiddies in the university work together often because the Color Revolution university kiddies don't understand that the Chinese will kill them when they're done with them.
That's SOP for useful idiots.
It is SOP for useful idiots. So I think there are multiple factions involved here. Somebody says Battle Dwarf overloaded, time to crash. Good night. Sorry about that, man. I told you this was going to be Pop just said it was going to be a dry one. It's hard. There's a lot of stuff to take in here, but you need to know this is going on. You need to be able to show people where this is coming from. If you take anything away from this at all tonight, it's the knowledge that you're not crazy. This really is going on. It all looks the same because it's all the same fucking plan.
It's not a conspiracy.
And the same people are all funding it. It's not a conspiracy. It's right here.
It's not a conspiracy. It's happening right now. And people called it years ago.
Mm-hmm. Also, Dwarf said it's hard and a lot to take in.
No homo.
Phrasing.
Phrasing.
That's your
Phrasing.
warning. That's your warning.
So this one here is How to Start a Revolution premieres at the Boston Film Festival. This is from 2011 when the movie came out. This article is worth reading. If you have the time, the movie is only an hour and 25 minutes long. It is well worth watching. Again, the reason that I want you to have this information, and I'm repeating myself so it sticks in your head, repetition breeds familiarity. Okay. I want you to have this information in your head so that you know that you're not crazy, so that you know that this is for real, and so that you know that, yes, there really is a plan, and here it is, and you can actually read what their fucking plan is, because, yeah.
Because that's a plan, man.
There's another really good article on Gene Sharp. Yeah. Oh, my browser has lost connection to your audio. That's good because I've got no audio. Fuck you, StreamYard. Yeah, I win for a change.
Time limit's like 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes.
Something like that. Yeah. 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 Now, here's the crazy thing. Actually, I could bring this up here. You would go there, wouldn't you, you rotten bastard? Put that over here. Hang on. I'm trying to bring up another window.
Understood.
Ba, 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 ba. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Jimmy, how you doing tonight, man?
Oh, we're doing good. Just got home from work. I got a beer in my hand and I'm hanging out with the boys. It's a good night.
Excellent. Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Outstanding. Oh, fucking standing. So here's the thing. On Twitter, these color revolution groups, they're not afraid to show up. They are not afraid to show up. This is a color revolution group. This is what it looks like. The Sunrise Movement. Now look at the uniformity of their signs. Look at the uniformity of their messaging. Look at the color scheme. They've got everything. This is to stop climate change and create millions of good jobs in the process.
No, this is destroying
They
jobs.
are.
It's a huge
This
bureaucracy.
is a color revolution movement right here.
Yep.
Yes, and no contract, no sugar cookie braves. Hot girls don't cross picket lines. They're part of the Starbucks thing, which is just ridiculous. But these university color groups are small, and you can see them really easily. This is the girl who was beaten up by ICE that one night, Kat Abugzahala. I'm sure she does Abugzahala, whatever that means.
Oh, you mean the chick that nearly assaulted an ICE officer, and they threw her on her flat white ass?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I laughed when I watched that video. It gave my cold black dead heart a little pitter patter.
I can't go
She's
to
a member of the Iranian Small Hat Club.
Yeah, I can't go to stuff like that because I don't. Evil Pop will get out of the box, and then bad shit will happen.
Evil Pop will get out of the box. Now, this one is particularly funny because this is Color Revolution oriented. It is among the 198 points. Disrupt commerce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except these losers did it at a Home Depot with an ice scraper.
What about the blocking the highways? That's the way you can stop it.
Yeah. So stunning, so brave.
Yeah, what they did was hundreds of people gathered at a Home Depot to disrupt ICE by purchasing 17-cent ice scrapers. And it is actually a serious play out of the Color Revolution book, but it's just
I'll
really
give it to him.
lame.
That's pretty ingenious.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then Home Depot the next week Home Depot is going to say no returns on any kind of
on any ice scrapers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can pull that back up over here. I have a sinus being weird because we've got weather that is doing that weather thing. Are you Pop? Do you feel bone injuries today?
I've been laid up. I've been laid horizontal for like 2 days. I've been fucked up pretty bad.
Okay, good, because it's not just me. Because my knee and my hips have been like the hurt and the pain and the bad. I am crying.
Your injuries are not service related.
Here's 3 Motrin and a 3-day profile. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
So, Norm Eisen was part of the whole transition integrity project. Here's what we were talking about earlier, which is entirely funded by Soros, and it conducted war games exercise of how to do color revolutions. Here's our color revolution down here. Norm Eisen co-authored the Democracy Playbook, literally a manual for regime change, which is based off of, like he said, the color revolution. Now, he co-authored that with these people over here. Norm Eisen is a former ethics czar to Obama. There's a good one. Okay. And he was the chief attorney. Yeah, an ethics czar.
Get the hell out of here.
And he was the chief attorney to Donald Trump. Now, this end is pretty meager because I just wanted to focus on Eisen for a second. He's the one who caught my attention. I saw that and I saw it mentioned color revolution. I'm like, what's that? So I watched his little video and he's like, Gene Sharp. I'm like, who's that? So I looked up Gene Sharp and started going through the whole color revolution thing. And I'm like, we learned all of this in 1998 at Bragg. Why is this here now? And then I read the whole color revolution. I'm like, son of a bitch, it was there before we went to Bragg in 98.
Yep.
It just, we use different words. Like I said, we use the analogy of walling a king into his palace.
So that's another thing that they do for the nonviolence is they change words as a camouflage.
Yes, that is exactly correct. And that's probably what was going on there. Now, if we go over to here, he's the author. This is Gene Sharp's work, by the way. Here's Gene way over here. Where'd Gene go? That's Norm Eisen. Color Revolution. Gene Sharp. There he is. Now, Gene Sharp, he lived in Norway a lot when he was younger. He liked that place a lot. But he wrote From Dictatorship to Democracy, which is our Color Revolution book. Then he wrote The Politics of Nonviolent Action. This is pretty extensive. It's worth looking into. He lays out what will become his best known argument, eventually termed his social theory of power, echoing Machiavelli's dictum that the safest castle is not to be hated by the people. He knew to read things like Machiavelli. If you haven't read The Prince, you should. It explains a lot of the techniques that a lot of these people use. A lot of these people have education levels that nobody has anymore. That's deliberate. I went through this, I believe it was last year. how our children are learning about lube while their children are learning about Roman Empire.
Yep. They're dumbing us down.
Yes, deliberately dumbed down.
It's done intentionally. It's done intentionally.
Yes. If one wants to control or collapse a regime, one must figure out how to withdraw these things en masse. The most strategic way to do this, Sharp says, is for protest movements to attack the sources of a government's political power with nonviolent action. In later work, he would urge protesters and their handlers to focus their moral incursions on the pillars of a regime's power: media, universities, and the military, which is exactly what we've seen. And all of this stuff just gets weaponized over and over and over again. There's just so much detail to go through here, but one of the...
Listen, if you guys want a copy of this flow chart, just send us an email, darkness12@gmail.com.
Exactly.
I will forward it to the Battle Dwarf, and you'll get it.
Yes. Yeah. Or you can email me at thebattledwarf@pmpapamike.me, Mike Echo. So these are all of the color revolutions. And like I said, the US made basically all of them. But if you come over here, this is the frequency timeline. And there's just about one every year. There's more in some years than others, obviously, but they're heavily concentrated after 2016. Look at that. Look at the numbers there.
Wow.
1, 2, 6, 2, 3, 4, 2. There's none confirmed yet in 2025.
There's
none confirmed yet.
12 in there.
A lot of them center around elections because elections are vulnerable. But that's a lot of color revolutions to happen in basically a 10-year period. And it just, list goes fucking on and on and on.
I think one of the keys to shutting this down is you have to go after the money. You have to take the money away.
Yeah. The USAIDs, the Soroses, the Tides Foundation, the freaking, all of that stuff. Yeah, that needs to be one of the big targets. USAID will resurface. Remember the Acorn Foundation scandal?
Yeah, you're right.
They'll resurface under another name.
Yeah,
they'll resurface under another name.
Yeah, that's got to be. Yeah, we got to be on top of that shit.
So the next planned episode I had for Color Revolution stuff is the most effective ones and how they are similar to what's going on in the United States now. I've already drawn up an outline for that. Provided that what we talked about at the beginning of the show does not kick off, that is my plan for next week at this point in time. Now, in the new year, we're going to have a couple of guest speakers come on. We got a couple of people that I've tracked down that are willing to come on. And we've got a guy, Sean St. George is trying to get us on, what show is that?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I closed that window.
Well, first of all, we're starting up a Redonkulas PR team. So whenever we read a name into the record, a press release, I want to have put out to like major media out there and see if we can get somebody to bite. Because if we could just break out of the bubble, I think this will blow up. I really do.
I think you're right. Now, I know you and I have talked about this extensively before. I know you don't want to do that sort of show that we started out doing in the very beginning, but I'm thinking about doing an hour a week on that topic on this channel, on the family courts and stuff, because there is news that's out there that people need to hear. So I may do that independently. What do you think about that?
Well, we could talk about that offline, but that seems like it could be okay. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, just a recorded thing that we can release at a predestined time or something. Give us some feedback from the audience if you think that would be a good idea, if that would be helpful to you guys. If we had a show that like once a week, an hour to report on some of that shit.
Yeah, and I get a lot of guys send comments and emails in regards to the first couple years when I did those videos, and people love that stuff. I'm trying to get back to that. But when you watch those videos, they weren't that long, but they were heavily edited, and they're done in front of a whiteboard. When I do them upstairs in the whiteboard, most of it is in one take. I usually don't do any rehearsals. I just do what I do. So I'm trying to get back to that, but Blake is too busy to film the way we used to.
Blake was a little nobody third level wizard.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah.
Now he's a 17th level wizard with press releases.
Yeah, he's doing all kinds of stuff. So it is what it is.
That guy knows his shit. Good for him, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to that. Also, I'm starting to do some stand-up. There's a place near me I go on Wednesday nights. It's the Keisha Comedy Club, like right there on Gratiot. And
LaQuisha Comedy Club?
LaQuisha.
Yeah.
And it's 8 1/4 mile on Gratiot here in Michigan at East Point. It just opened like 3 months ago.
Okay.
So I usually
I'm
get
gonna
up there,
have to
I do,
sneak in there and videotape your show. See if you're up there on stage twerking.
No, there's none of that. But because I did the spoken comedy for like 20 years, the spoken word lectures, spoken word comedy for like 20 years, and then going to do it on stand up, it's a whole different tempo, and it's a whole different skill set. I'm trying to learn it.
Yeah, because you've got live warm bodies in front of you, and that's a lot different than talking to a camera.
Yes, it is. Well, it's not just that.
Completely different.
You have to keep everyone laughing. You have the setup, delivery, the laugh, setup, delivery, laugh, and it's a lot
Pretty
faster.
sure that's what I just said, but in an encapsulated form.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Jimmy, all right, Jimmy, chat time.
All righty. Well, before we get into the super chats, guys, it's Thanksgiving season, and the Macy Days Parade is right around the corner. But Box Wine and Catland already had their parades, and guess what? We have footage of it.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
In under a rainbow and a swirl of glitter, here's the dreamiest new float of the parade. Welcome to Box Wine and Catland.
It's a cloud top paradise where the pours come from the box and the dance floor belongs to the.
If we could actually do that and get into the parade, that would be priceless.
That would be the bomb.
I would be hated, and it would be glorious.
Oh my god!
And we remember, gents, it's not just the floats that are there. We also have the balloons.
Oh no!
Rising above 6th Avenue like a burgundy beacon, that's Sir Meow Merlot making his toast to Thanksgiving.
This classy kitty is the dapper face of Boxed Wine and Catland, and he is a fan favorite every year, especially with the ladies along the route.
He's holding a full glass in one paw and the to-go box in the other.
Oh my god, that is fucking awesome.
Billy Bob, you're a fucking superhero, dude.
Thank you.
Oh man. I had to take a couple breaths right there because I watched those and I was like, this is fucking hilarious.
You are a superhero, dude.
Oh, we are not worthy. Oh, man. That was funnier and shit. But as always, we will start over here on the YouTube side of things. We got 364 viewers, 258 likes. A decent ratio. About 100 less, but let's get to 300. Come on. This is Redonkulas. We need 300 likes. Damn it. Let's see. First one comes from Bar One Studios for 20. It says one indicator that it might not be a color revolution is when it's against a commie government, as in the multiple outbreaks in the Zoomer Fall. Mali, Nepal, Madagascar, now Mexico. It's all fun and games until the one piece flags come out.
Yep.
Yeah. So you've got Frank Rizzo here set with $9.99. Says you sound like a great dad.
Well, if I didn't have enough time to be one, but thank you.
There you go. Sean St. George dropping 5. He says, "Lol, don't need Evil Pop getting mad, getting main Pop put in jail because Evil Pop can't contain himself."
Yeah, there's that.
That's true.
There is that.
Well, when Evil Pop comes out of the out of the basement that he's locked in. We just throw the mint chocolate chip on Pop-Tarts, so bad Pop takes over, so he goes over the ice cream and Pop-Tarts. And last one here on YouTube, FMF Veteran for $20. He says, for the cause.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Here's an evil Pop story, okay? When I was in Iraq, I was joined at the hip with this guy named Jones. He's from Detroit, black guy. He's a good dude. He was my driver, my bodyguard, the whole deal. So when I first came back from Iraq and going through the divorce thing, I was in a really bad place. And I would call him like at 3 a.m. and be like, Evil Pop's out of the box and he's drinking at the bar. This bad shit's going to happen. And he would talk me down like every time, like, okay, I understand. God bless that guy.
Yeah. It's always good to have a good buddy like that you can call. Be like, hey, man, some shit's about to go down.
Yep.
Right.
It's like, no, it's not going to go down because you're going to shut the fuck up. All righty, Rumble, are you going to disappoint me yet again? 384 viewers, 143 thumbs up, and 3 thumbs down. Well,
what we did, Rumble did take a shit on us.
No,
yeah.
Gotta love that. Rumble, you bastards. Oh, well.
What happened, but
all right. Well, since Rumble took a shit, I won't. Since Rumble took a shit, I won't, put the eye bleach on there. But first one comes from Mando. Says, not so serial killer question. Should we start calling leftist branch Clintonians since they are obvious cultists, or are the stars not aligned?
Clintonians. Gotta write that down.
Clintonians. That's a good one. This one is not a super chat, but I'm going to call it out anyway because it's that funny. Somebody said Detroit used to be the Paris of the Midwest. Now Paris is the Detroit of Europe.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
That's fucking brutal.
Oh,
that's brutal.
Totally right.
Wow. Yeah. There you go. That's brutal.
See, 68 Barracuda coming in and says, hey, button pushing monkey, you don't get any upvotes until I get my Killary and Nancy hot tub lesbian action video. You are a masochist, good sir. Why would anyone?
You're a sick man.
We don't have we don't have that hot tub video, but we got this one.
Oh hey.
Don't do that again. Don't do that
again.
All I heard was do it again. Do it again.
Don't do it again. No.
All right, 68 Barracuda again says, Battle Hobbit.
What?
Can you go into why communism seems to appeal so much to those who have zero calluses? Maybe a show with Cappy. I want to hear him happy that he found someone shorter than himself.
I can get a hold of Cappy and see if he wants to be on the show.
See if you can get a hold of Cappy. Yeah, I'll do a show on that. It rolls right into this. Color Revolutions use that form of useful idiot. It has a lot to do with youth and universities. Why communism is so appealing. If you go to a university, it looks like communism because they don't see all of the shit underneath it. They go to class, they study, they go drink and party with their friends, they sleep their way through the frat house.
And they have no idea how the real world works.
Yes, it looks to them like communism. So communism looks like a good idea.
Yeah. That, and you'll smell the communism before you see it. Trust me. Let's see. We got Western Citizen with 5 says the secret societies use symbolism. It's their code that's hidden in plain sight. A simple example would be the all-seeing eye.
Yep, it's true. It's just true. That's a conspiracy. It's true. Sorry.
Yeah.
Symbols have been used forever, so it's not a big deal.
60 Barracuda again says, on the subject about friskiness, can you guys comment on Patriot battery units disappearing after going to the area north of the Black Sea?
I do not have information on that.
It would not shock me if the Ukrainian mob got a hold of
That stuff and sold it.
That stuff and sold it. Yeah, it wouldn't even remotely begin to surprise me.
Nope. Well, the thing with Ukraine is they've run out of people, and they can't continue the tempo. So
look, we ran into guys dealing scuds like discount cigarettes.
Yeah.
Okay. In one of the missions that we were doing, these guys are like, "Hey, you want to buy some scuds?" For those of you who don't know, it's a rocket.
Yeah.
It's a large fire and forget rocket.
It's got like an 800-mile range or something.
Right.
That's like some E4 Mafia shit, but on steroids.
It happens.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tomahawk here, drop a 10, says, Pop, get your shit together. You're needed in Venezuela. Be ready to jump.
Now, all right. If there is a combat drop, I'm going to be disappointed because I was not able to participate. I'm
You
old.
just want that last combat drop.
I would like to get a second gold jump star and a third CIB.
I have to admit there are days when I'm like, I'd love to go one last time. Just put me in one last time, man.
One more time.
Just put me in one more time.
I probably
It'll
would
be
make
okay.
it back, but no. Yeah.
Put me in, coach.
It's a one-way trip for the popster.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But I would do it. I would do it. I wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
Like, give me a gun and a parachute. I'll solve this shit.
It's like, yeah, like I wouldn't have to ask for a gun. I'll be like, when do you want me? I'll bring my own gun, right? Are we 5.56 or are we using that, other bullshit? 5.56? Done. I'm there.
Disregard the crate of hollow points. Those aren't for anything. Allegedly.
You get shot. Hollow points don't really matter.
Doesn't in a war zone, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, but hollow points go against the Jiva connection. We fuck off. Let's see. 68 Barracuda. He is requesting Murphy's in the house and he's got a big boner. Well, I would play that if
it was in the list.
No, did that get bumped?
It's a big video, so
it's a big video. Plus, I don't have it downloaded myself. So
phrasing.
I'll have to go through the archives and see if I can find it.
No. Phrasing. This is phrasing. You could use the words big and boner. Phrasing. I'm
Yeah.
covered. I have
Murphy.
phrasing on commas on each of those words, so I'm good.
There you go. Ellie Card's coming in and says space-time anomaly detected. Probably. We got Raging Sailor here dropping 2. He says, from a good source, sailors and Marines currently attached with the U.S. Southcom got lobster and steak 2 days ago. We all know what that means. Deployment extension or shit hitting the fan.
Yep.
I don't even know where we have serious current ongoing deployments right now, to be honest.
There's some in North Africa.
Sir?
Yeah. See, Tomahawk Drop of 5 says Colonel Murray did a sit rep earlier. Dude was on fire. Y'all need to check it out.
Yeah, we're in his
Oh,
group.
yeah. Yeah, I'll go check that out. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
There you go. Mando coming back says, so are she-male or female bullshit Vix known better as clammunists?
Clammunists! That's good. I like that a lot. Clammunists.
What was the other one? What the Bolshevik one was that?
Bullshit Vix. Oh man, Mando coming in with the fucking zingers. That was funny. See, Flashgator coming in says, Dwarf, did you just mention Caesar's strategy during the Battle of Alesia, surrounded and cut off the fortified town of Alesia and set them to starve until they surrendered, marking, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, loss.
Well, starvation
I'm
and
not even gonna
siege
try to
was a
pronounce that
common
name.
tactic in the Middle Ages. It's very simple to do.
Yes.
Yeah, when you cannot see...
Julius Caesar also did that to Vercingetorix. Is that the name that you're looking at? That's the Battle of Alesia. Yeah, it's Vercingetorix.
That's okay. Yep, that's the name.
Yes.
That
That is it was more than just starvation. Caesar couldn't get this guy out of this fortress. Vercingetorix was a fantastic battlefield commander. He was on par with Caesar. Caesar figured this out, and he figured out a trick where he built a triple wall around Vercingetorix's fortress. He didn't just wall them in. He built like 3 concentric rings, right? And then he said to Vercingetorix, I'll tell you what, we let the women and let the women, children, and the old people go. And he funneled them into one of the rings and then closed the ring off. He said, now what, bitch?
Huh.
And Vercingetorix is like, just, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't a starvation. That was a now what, bitch. Yeah, that's a fantastic battle.
Yeah, I've read that. I've read the battle, and I've watched some of the stuff on YouTube. There's some guys that actually do that. Not AI, but before AI, they would build the graphics, and
right.
That's
yeah,
amazing. And they didn't have power tools.
Yeah, it was Caesar was just brutal as fuck in that battle.
Yep. Next one, Jimmy.
Yeah, Flashgator here says, do you guys know whatever happened to the guy who said he was going to attend SFRE last month?
No. If he's attending, he's there now.
At selection?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're there, you're not communicating with anybody.
No. That's frowned upon.
It's a black box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. See, we got Cave Toad. He's got a few in a row here for 50. I'm not sure if they are consecutive, but he is at the top of the list here. First $50, I'll give you your We're Not Worthies after I'll read them all. Says, next destination after Gilded / Roblox Speedo. I need a video of the computer death at the range. Office Space style. Pringles can number 4 from
If I do smoke the computer, I will videotape it. I will film that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Also, watch the video I put out on Monday. All right. Divorce
video you
rape. Watch that video and share it out so it can get out of the black box of YouTube. Men need to see that because they're literally being robbed blind by the system. And I put it all there in math.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And to address his question, there are things in the works about the Gilded, the next Gilded, whatever the fuck we're going to do, because apparently Gilded's going to be shut down next month, like December 10th or something like that. Because, well, Roblox got caught up in some stuff and some things. It's not good.
Pedos?
Yeah.
The PDF files are getting out of hand?
Yeah. But we will, me and the mods on the Gilded, we will address that and get the word out to everybody already in there, and we will get something set up as soon as possible. So as soon as we know something, we'll let you guys know. The Redonkulas Regiment will have a safe place to go, and not like the crying corner like the lefties have.
Yeah.
See, next one, Alicard dropping 2 says, left purgatory and hell earlier than expected, but in time for the show. Hi, Kevin.
Nice.
Did you miss me? No homo. Oh, you forgot it? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Alicard. Kevin forgot you even existed there, bro. Sorry.
Nice.
Kevin's a busy man. He's a busy man. Let's see. 68 Barracuda coming back says, revolutions must be violent and ugly. Quote, it is well that war is so terrible, least we should grow too fond of it. Who said that?
I can't remember who said that, but I know that quote. I do know that quote before.
There you go. And Cave Toad, there's his second $50 donation. Says Matt 2233 ESV 33. You serpents, you brood of vipers, how are you to escape being sentenced to hell? Keep in mind, this war is bigger than the flesh. It's against souls. God bless, brothers.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm smack dab in the middle of it.
Yep. There you go. And Flashgator dropping $1 on us. Do not shine lasers in war zones where evil Bert is. He will throw a homemade cherry bomb and send a Pringles can to your home.
No, I will call Artie on you and you'll be done.
Oh, you're gonna flash a visible laser to us. Okay, we're gonna show a invisible laser that you can't see, and things are really gonna pop off.
Because if I'm in a static location, I'm already going to have TRPs set up. You shine a laser anywhere near one of those TRPs, I'll just go on the radio. Yeah, I need some boom boom. TRP 4, 200 meters right. Go.
Yeah. Target marked.
Drop 50. Fire for effect. That's how easy it is.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep. See, we had a few duplicates there, but let's see here. Hey, Russell Shackelford said, "Hell of a stream you had on Friday night, Jimmy." Thank you, man. I was bored, I was drunk, and I was like, "Fuck it, I would go live."
Did you really?
You drunk? No.
No.
Happens.
Never. No, that was a fun time. It was much needed. It's been quite some time since myself has done a live stream on my own show and all that good stuff. I might kick that back up again. Let's see, Mando come back, says Jimmy is hanging out with the boys. Hope he has pants on. No homo. Unlike the dwarf, I am not a meat gazer.
What?
But you made the comment of me with my pants off, so therefore you were thinking about me with my pants off. So
yeah.
Disco ball. Here we go.
Yeah, the first sergeant is calling the shots here. So sorry, Mando.
You are fined 1 homo suspicion point for violation of the Man Code Morality Statute.
Sorry, man. I'm just following orders. Let's see. Alucard says, gives Pop a singing pop just to annoy him. I think we can do it this one time. Where's it?
We do it every time.
That's what she said.
It's tradition, Pop. It's got to be played at least once per stream.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
First time I saw that, I just howled with laughter.
My buddy Pete fell off the toilet.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, for next year's Halloween, there may or may not be a donation limit.
Come on, man. I have no idea where I'm going to find that helmet for that guy.
Oh, I do.
I'm sure there's a way we can Green Beret Express that, man.
Oh, I know how to make that happen.
All right.
There you go. And 68 Barracuda says, you ask Pop about bone injuries. You say it's hard and a lot to take in. Dude, seriously?
Phrasing. Yeah. See, here's the thing. If you spend enough time in the military, anything over a certain number of years, weather hits you differently. So when the cold damp comes in, everything just hurts.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And there's nothing you can do.
And I'm allergic to the cold because my sinuses just run all the time. And it pisses me off.
Good times.
Sometimes. Alucard coming back says, hell PSA announcement. Alucard has been detected with a modified version of the all-terrain tactical enforcer.
Okay.
Just don't get caught. Just don't get caught in California with it, or do, because that actually does sound kind of gay. You gonna go breach some trenches there, Alucard?
He said breach trenches.
Let's see. Cave Toe coming back says, Dwarf, can you do a show on ID protection and services, especially for the regiment with aging parents, but good personal info too?
We need to actually get a professional, an asset protection guy. He knows all the ins and outs.
The modern stuff, the modern electronic stuff, I'm not as familiar with. I can teach the basic stuff, the things that we learned in the super secret squirrel community, but because none of them are classified. A lot of it is just common fucking sense. People just need to hear it. Most people have never heard a lot of that stuff, so it doesn't occur to them to do it.
Well,
it's really as simple as that.
It's not common anymore. It's literally
common sense is not common at all. Yeah,
it's a superpower in the Marvel Dictionary of Superpowers.
If you want the real super deluxe version of that, I cannot teach the modern stuff at all. But if you want the basic, hey, stupid, do this, I could definitely teach that.
There you go. Let's see. Jackal the Emperor, he's dropping $50 on this. And that reminds me, we need to give Kate his thank you as well. So you know what? You get one of these from the Kampfschwerk himself in his mead basement.
Thanks for your support.
I'd love to have a mead basement, but I really don't want it all over the floor like that. That would be bad.
It would sour.
Yeah.
That'd be terrible.
See, Jackal says, can't get the BS report done before the show ends, but it will be done for Thursday if there is a show. I'm picking a fight with everyone this time.
No show Thursday.
That's
Come on, man. It's Turkey Day, Gobble Gobble Day, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Family Day.
Yeah.
Hang out with your dad, drink and get drunk and eat food on the porch day is what
Something
I'll do.
along those lines. Yep.
Yep.
There you go. And Professor Blake Pooh Ass Blaster is asking for a singing Blake, and he's asking for some more Lord Zed.
We sent an email to him. We haven't heard anything back from him, so we'll keep pestering him.
Yep, there you go. All righty, here you go, because you asked for it.
We did have a request for singing pop. You guys are jackasses. Always want to watch the same shit over and over again. Pick new videos.
Look at me, I wanna be the captain of the sea.
About time.
The poop that came from me, I'd rather steer us to debauchery.
Careful what you ask for, video guy. Careful what you ask for.
There you go. And Tomahawk, he's asking if we lost the Rumble rants when Rumble shit out.
I believe we did a few.
We probably did, so if we did miss it,
we're sorry, Brown.
Sorry, man. Let's see. Mando's coming back, said scuds are ball sack stick missile.
He's basically trying to say ballistic missiles. It's a fire and forget piece of crap. So yeah, it is a balsactic moose aisle.
There you go.
They're really unreliable.
Yeah,
they're bad.
Range,
they have range. Yeah, I think they're top. I think you're right about the top range of 800.
Yeah.
There you go. 60 Barracuda is coming in and says, Jimmy, hollow points are designed to move the mass of the bullet towards the rear for better accuracy. Same as ballistic tips. Ask any bench rest shooter.
When you use precision rounds, they're usually a small little dimple in the end. They're not technically hollow points, but they put that in there because it chews through the air. It's a better, more predictable performance out of the bullet. So I was told
but isn't it under the Geneva Convention, which should really just be considered Geneva suggestions that hollow points are not allowed in warfare?
Actually, I believe that's an exception because we still use them. So everyone uses them.
Oh yeah,
I think that's one of those Geneva Conventions that nobody pays attention to.
Yeah,
it's like you can't shoot people with 50 calibers.
I'm going to shoot your canteen, though.
That's exactly it.
And you're going to wish that I shot you in the head if you somehow survive.
You won't.
No,
you won't.
Let's see. Tomahawk's coming in with 5. He says, it's not a show if we don't go see what Dwarf and Nance are up to in Bolsheviksville. Your favorite one, Dwarf.
Yay!
In Bolsheviksville, where the sun shines bright, live Dwarf and Nance, what a charming sight. With Sandy the maid and Pop dropping by, and Hillary's antics that'll make you sigh. Oh, Dwarf and Nance, they've got it made with laughter, love, and a living made. From morning toast to an evening dance, it's always a hoot with Dwarf and Nance.
Yeah.
The Nancy in the end there looks like a freaking Stepford wife robot on all the medications.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, Professor Blake has come back, says, hey, tell Battle Dwarf to give Pop a reach around singing Black Betty, Wham Balam. Just asking for a friend.
I homo suspicion point this motherfucker.
Yeah. I believe it is justified.
Yeah. Yeah. You got some, you got a sick mind there, bro. Give me therapy. Hitting the button.
You are fined 1 homo suspicion point for violation of the Man Code Morality Statute.
Yeah.
That's bad, man. Don't. Why would you need? Why would you think about that? Because Dwarf is going to need a very big stepladder to do that.
Fuck you, Jimmy. I caught that.
I bet you did. Let's see. Ellie Card is asking, or do you want one of my famous super chats, Pop? Singing Pop for super chat. No, we will no longer be doing those, Ellie Card. Thank you very much. Even though I did enjoy reading them because I was so good at it.
Yeah, you started to get really into it there, Jimmy. That was getting suspicious.
It was funny though, because
well, here's the thing: is we'll probably have a couple make Pop puke episodes a year, and then we'll accept those and read them. Because
yeah, you can make that. Yeah, this episode, this is
it's now authorized.
Yep.
Weapons free.
Flash Gator coming in says, happy Thanksgiving to the regiment. Many thanks to the ones giving to the cause and to our drunk uncles. I'm very thankful for you all. Don't let Bad Pop don't let Bad Pop face too much Pop. A little bit of a typo there. The Ellie Card coming in says,
Thanksgiving anyway. Thank you.
There we go. Ali Card says, can I use a sonic charged round from the cannon? Kevin, expect a phone call from hell, probably from Aussie.
Yeah, I don't know if Ozzy, he died well. He knew he was going. He did his last show, and then I guess he signed the paperwork, and then 2 weeks later he was dead.
Who's this?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we all loved Ozzy. He was good. Let's see. Western Citizen, he's asking for some box wine in Catland. So it looks like he must have been to the parade there. So he's wanting to see a little bit more. So we'll play the short version here for you.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
40 to 80 is a long time.
It is.
Somebody suggested a new place on Box One in Catland. They suggested Banland, but I think Banville might be a better. It's a town. It's a town in Box One in Catland called Banville.
Yeah. We need to start throwing that in some of the shows, man, because that's really funny.
There you go. We got Hooliganism says Nance looks like Lonnie Anderson.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And Flash Gator says, meant to say not let Bad Pop stuff his face too much. There we go. There's the correction.
There we
Just
go.
don't put Bumpy Cake in front of him.
I lost a whole bunch of weight, man. So
yeah,
I'm cool where I'm at now.
I'll have a Bumpy Cake delivered.
Please don't.
I'm sorry. My mind has been fried by the internet because every time I hear Bumpy Cake, the only thing I can think of is herpes on ass.
No. Yeah, well, that's bad. Like Steve lived at my place for like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And he'd come down, Bumpy Cake again. I'm like, don't judge me.
Shut up, man. Let's see. We did have a couple more over on the YouTube side. We got Bryce Friday 3163 dropping 2 says thoughts on the Akash Singh downfall.
Who's that?
I'm not familiar with that.
I'm not sure because that's basically John Smith and the kind of talk. So
I don't pay any attention to any of that world other than to tell them that India is a very nice place and wish them well and great prosperity in India.
oh, sounds like someone's gonna get fucked in the ass by the police here.
They're getting
Just
limousine
outside.
service. Sounds like
Who's getting? Is it on your end, Pop, or is that you, Jimmy?
that was on my end because the
Really?
sirens just kicked on. I don't know if you guys heard that, but
Yeah. Somebody's getting limousine service. All right.
Limousine service, man.
Yeah, let's see. We got Alex Patino here, drop a 5. What's up, Alex? Good to see you there, brother. Says in the Dwarf and Nance, I noticed Dwarf has no beard in the evening dance. And
I
why
know.
does
I don't
Pop
know what
look
happened
like
there.
Mexican. And why does Pop look Mexican at the end of the song?
I don't know.
Hey man, I don't know why Pop look like Mexican, man. I can't tell you. That's just how the AI works, man. You know.
Well, Rumen says that Pop has dipped his wick in a lot of Mexican.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
When they get older, they get fat and they turn into gortadas.
I call that life raft syndrome.
Yeah.
They start out great, and then you pull that ripcord, and
You know what's really fun to do?
Yeah.
Go to Taco Bell, and when they ask you what do you want, just say, "Yeah, I want 2 fat little Mexican girls."
gorditas.
See what their reaction is.
Mm-hmm.
If they laugh, they're cool. If they're appalled,
So Akasha Singh is a comedian who trashed the red pill, and now his wife is out of pocket, destroying his reputation. That never happened.
Oh.
Yeah, send me an email to redonkulas12@gmail.com because I will not remember that name, and I will research it.
Yeah.
And if he actually gets divorced and I find out the numbers, pimp tart wife's too all day long.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Absolutely.
well, that and we also have to remember Singh is the most common surname from Thank you, come again, land.
It's true.
Yeah.
Actually, get good at these impressions there, Jimmy.
I got a lot of time on my hands. What can I say? Okay. Let's see. Alucard, he's snuck in here, says, no Asmodeus. Expect a phone call from him, Kevin.
Nice.
I don't even think Kevin has a phone number, man. So I don't know. I stay out of his personal life. He stays out of my personal life. It's all good. We have a very good symbiotic relationship. Let's see. Flashgator coming in says, also wanted to send some Belgian beer to the P.O. box, but it wouldn't let me while working just fine for my address in Florida. Is there a way I could send it over?
I don't know. It's out of my lane, man. I mean, you can always hide it in something and then mail that.
Jimmy, what did you do? What the hell is going on over there?
I think someone actually is getting the ambulance treatment because that was the fire truck that just went by.
That's it. They're getting the limousine service.
Speaking of which, Saturday night around 6 to 8 o'clock, I'm laying in bed. I'm going to go off on a tangent here, but quick story. I hear a big old ruckus, bang, pow, smash, boom. I'm like, the fuck was that? I don't fucking know. Not my fucking business. I'm fucking sitting there. I'm happy. I got a nice buzz going on. I go outside to have a cigarette. Someone was driving north down the street, smoked the car that was parked outside my apartment, not my truck, and then continued about 20 feet, and then they flipped on their side.
Drunk. Okay. Drunk or high on something?
Either that or some dumbass kid fucking texting and driving, because that's quite common around here.
So they were driving drunk and high.
Yeah, don't do that. I've done it once before. Never again.
No, I don't fuck with that shit at all, man. I don't get that on my conscience.
Let's see here. All right, we got 2 more on the Rumble side. We're going to be calling it a night here after that on the Rumble side. So get your super chats in, you sneaky bastards. I know you will. Yes. Says, great fun here. Dropping $1 says, has anyone reviewed the video I sent to Redonkulas12@gmail a while back? It would be good to show right after Dwarf and Nance.
I have actually, they all kind of blend together because I get all kinds of videos. So
yep. Yeah, you'll have to put
yeah.
I literally spend a minimum of 2 hours a day going through emails, comments on Rumble and YouTube, and what have you.
Mhm. Yep. So if you guys do
I
send
spend
in
about an hour.
yeah, if you guys do send in a video that you think would be funny for us to show, be sure to put your name, your screen name in the subject line and say laugh at this shit or look at this shit, so that we can take a look at it and so that it doesn't get lost in the sauce.
Put a short description in there. Put a short description in there. I'm a lot more likely to look at something right away if there's a short description.
Yep. Speaking of
if I
short
know that I'm going to get this. Yeah.
Speaking of short descriptions, did you see the in our group chat group text? Did you see the ABC article that I sent over there, Battledorf? About
What
the
was it about? See,
about
there's what I mean. Give me a short description.
Korean fried chicken, yet it was black folks that are responsible for Korean fried chicken.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh. Dude,
it
Korean fried chicken is the fucking jiznat, though. It's so good. I don't know how the Koreans pulled it off, but they make better fried chicken than we do.
I watched a video the other day from Sam the Cooking Guy, made a Korean smash burger.
Ooh.
Yeah. Smeared gochujang on his patties.
See, that is
fried them and then put kimchi on it. I was like, that would be good. That would be good.
No, yeah, I just made a bunch of kimchi, actually. I just made a bunch of kimchi and pickled radish and also pickled carrots.
Next.
I make all the little side dishes myself. Yeah. Next.
God damn it, I'm getting fat over here.
Go down the rabbit hole.
Go down a rabbit hole.
All right, we got
Rabbit
a few
hole.
more here on the Rumble side. You bastards, we're going to put a stop to the super chats on the Rumble because we're going over time. Got Ellie Card who says, I probably pissed him off after the Delta breach incident. No, you didn't.
I'm not mad or anything. It's just people were complaining about it and it started to become a problem.
Yeah. Let's see. Cave Toad says, when you do the move from Gilded, can you put the plan on redonkulas.com so we know? Yes, I will be sure to do that. I am in talks with all the mods on Redonkulas on the Gilded. We're going to try to get something not fucked up, but figured out. I'm getting fucked up. Sorry. And I'm only
Hold
3
it together,
beers.
Jimmy.
I'm only 3 beers deep, man.
That's all right, man.
Never drink with Marines, Jimmy. You will be fucking destroyed.
Passing out and vomiting on camera was like,
yeah.
You
I didn't vomit on camera.
You spiked the job interview. Like literally, I'm like, Blake, man. Obviously, this guy doesn't give a fuck. We need this guy.
Carry on.
Carrying on. And Tomahawk says, happy Thanksgiving, father muckers. Eat like a pig, drink like a fish, fart on your nieces and nephews every chance you get.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. It's important.
There you go. Alrighty. That does it for the Rumble chat. So if you send them in now, well, sorry, not sorry. We got to go here soon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Looks like Alex Patino dropped one more over on the YouTube side for 5. Says, also in Korea, they have snow chicken. It's fried chicken with powdered yellow cheese. By God, it's delicious.
Oh my God. That. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Wood.
It's like a Cheeto chicken.
Yeah. No, I can get into that.
I would get all up in that chicken.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Next one.
All right, we'll jump over here to the MGTOW side of things. We only got one here from Mungo Harry, but he's dropping a $50 for a Bulwer Lytton 2012 romance. So he's going to get one of these from the Popster.
Thanks for your continued support.
And the Bulwer Lytton 2012 romance, tucked in the dim corner of the Ample Bounty Bar and Grill, Alice welcomed the fervent touch of the mysterious stranger's experienced hands.
Hmm?
She had not been this close with a man in an achingly long time.
Hmm.
Quivering breathlessly, began to think that this could be the beginning of something real, something forever, and not just a one-time encounter with a good Samaritan who was skilled at the Heimlich maneuver.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
What
are you
just happened?
trying to write for Twilight?
What
or
just
something?
happened?
She was choking on some meat, and the guy helped her out. Spit up the meat.
All right.
Allegedly. All right. Looks like nothing else is going on over on the Odyssey side, even though we got 14 viewers over there. How's Twatter doing? Twatter's been fun recently since they implemented the regional thing and whatnot. It's been fun.
And people are getting nuked, man. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's hilarious. You know what's even better? We got 69 views over there.
Not bad.
Nice.
Wah, 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 wah.
It's inflation. It's now a 96.
Yeah.
Well, either that or it's a 71. I prefer doing the 68. That's where she goes down on me and I owe her one.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go back through. Hey, look at that. We did hit the like count on the YouTube side that I requested. We got 321 likes over there. Awesome.
All right.
All righty. That does it for the night, gentlemen. If you guys, the Cash Apps, I always keep fucking forgetting.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Keep forgetting them.
We got
What we got?
30 from Susie McGarley. Thanksgiving blessings to you all, guys. All right, baby.
Thank you, Suze. We love you.
We got HKC, Bolshevik.
Drink.
Let's see. We've got Justin Higginbotham, 25 for a great show. Thank you. Boss sent in 5. Fall of Man, Beast, Rule, Animal Kingdom, Smut. Okay. We got 1 from Boss again. Also, that commie nuke code was the U.S. law ban. Okay. And we got 1 from John Hilden, $10. Which is worse, Evil Pop or Evil Bird? I think it'll be Evil Pop.
Yeah.
And we got Boss here for another $1. Did we already do Cunt Mustin?
Cunt Musin?
Cunt Musin, yeah. Should be in here. Cunt Musin. Or Cunt Munist. It doesn't roll off the tongue right. It's not like when women take over the U.S. and they want to rewrite the Constitution, it'll become the Constitution. See, it kind of goes together. But I see where you're going, though. All right. We're good here.
We are good on the Cash Apps. All right, let's see here. I'm going to do one more scroll through. Hooliganism, dropping $1. But I got to get a ticket to get in. Yeah, you sneaky bastard. Sneaky bastard. All righty, I'm going to do one more quick run through. Not on Pop's X because she gets that done quite often.
You'll wind up with some Vada.
Vada.
Telling you that she's got to be all infected by now.
Yikes. All righty, that does it for us tonight here. And again, we are going to final thoughts for you, Professor Battledwarf.
Well, we'll see what happens here in the next couple of days, given what's going on. And if not, then I will probably do a follow-up to this one. I know this was dry, but again, take away from it, this is real. You're not seeing shit. You're not hallucinating. Yes, it is a pattern. And yes, there's a playbook for it.
Yep.
There you go. All righty, Popster!
All right, we got things coming up. All right, so I believe tomorrow night is the biggest bar night of the year. So don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. It doesn't work out for you. All right. If you absolutely must fight after you go drinking, don't go to the ground because that is where you get stomped out. Rack up, pack up, and stack up because there's safety in numbers. And maintain your situational awareness because if you're going to be attacked, something in the environment will have changed, and it's up for you to see it. And last but not least, I'm sick and tired of throwing you dudes in the dirt because you're taking a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You have no idea what tomorrow holds for you, and it could change on a dime. Stay in the goddamn fight. And if all else fails, live at a motherfucking spite. And always remember, Uncle Pop is here cheering for you for all of your victories, even the ones you can never tell anyone about. Boom, beer me.
There you go, you bastards. And of course, you know me, I got to do my thing where I pull up the share screen and click on this button.
Show the swag, Jimmy. Show the swag.
Go back to this other screen and then have to click the add to stage button. Guys, it's getting fucking cold out. So you know what? Get yourself a fucking Hog Hunter hoodie. Because it is a pop approved Hog Hunter hoodie. Make Listexia great again. Come on, man. You guys all know that I can't fucking speak for shit. I try.
It's all right. I'm bad at it as well.
But there's all kinds of good shit out there, man. Hey, look at that evil hairless monkey. Perfect. Look at that.
It's outstanding.
Just look at it. And you know, channel your inner battle dwarf. Just fucking do it already. And come on, guys. If you're a toxic male, we got a hoodie for that. And if you really don't fucking care, we got so what, comma, I don't
care. I love that one.
It's so good. I might have to get me one. That might be my Christmas present to myself this year.
All right.
Come on, guys, do it. And I did see some folks in the chat ask me, what's my YouTube channel? Well, I am at Jimmy's Waffle World on YouTube. Find me, go through my my library and whatnot. Yep, I can let me I will post my link into the chats because, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna shell out myself because I think I deserve it. Damn it.
You're
just
a hooer.
Hooer. Always a hooer, man.
All right, push the button.
But there you go. Oh, there was a problem with payment. Please contact support. What the fuck does that mean?
I've already taken care of that.
Fuck you, Rumble. Piss off. But alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that's us for the night. Be sure to always remember safety briefing from Pop. Do that. We're not going to be here Thursday, so we can't look over you bastards. So you got to look out for yourselves. Look out for your battle buddies, and well, be sure to eat a fuck ton of food and get drunk this weekend. It's
designate a party and guardian. If you must go out and get hammered, designate a party and guardian.
And we got shirts for that too.
We have shirts for that.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, take it easy, take it safe, and well, eat some turkey, eat some ham, and make sure that you're going to be the one stuffing the turkey and don't get stuffed like the turkey.
Ooh,
eat that turkey, have some
crazy.
ham.
Stay
safe. Good ham.
Crazy. Don't eat the stuffing.
No, don't do that. All right, let's go. We're done here.
Take it easy. See ya.